कभी ना कभी ऐसा जरूर होता है ना कि कहीं पहुंचकर वहां से लौट आने का मन ही नहीं करता। वहां होकर जिंदगी के खूबसूरत होने का एहसास और भी पुख्ता हो जाता है। So when I landed in Munnar, I was so sure that when I leave this place, मेरे दिल का एक हिस्सा यहीं रह जाने वाला है। Hello, good morning from the tea gardens in Munnar. Is from where your Kali Mirchi comes, huh? It's quite interesting. So here's John with me.
For the green tea, we just pluck 2 leaves and 1 bud.
I wish I could make you smell this.
This is all are organic here. We are not using any pesticide.
Certainly, life is better in the mountains.
Making the tea is the traditional way.
Good morning, guys. So yesterday we came from LFP to Munnar. It was raining in the evening heavily. It kind of stopped later, and we are staying here in this tree house called Jungle Jive Tree House. And believe me, guys, it is an amazing place. It's a 4-room property that has been built in a 15-acre tea estate, and the ambience is simply amazing. You know, शाम तक आपको पंछियों की आवाजें सुनती हैं, and then in the night it's the insects that take over. So this place evokes a very calm vibe because obviously there's no crowd since you only have 4 rooms, and I had one by myself. I particularly wanted a stay in Munnar in a tea estate. So if you are planning to come to Munnar and you have a few days in hand, this could well be your escape from the mundane routine and away from the crowd. Instead of staying in a hotel, this could well be a holiday to remember. So Mr. Paul is with us, who is the owner of Jungle Jive, and he's going to introduce us to his tea estate.
We have around 15-acre plantation here. Tea, pepper, cardamom. We grow in a traditional way. We are not using any pesticide. It's fully organic garden. And we are not cutting any trees. We are very natural friendly. We use only the fallen trees.
I think this is one place in Munnar which is total organic production, of spices and tea and coffee as well. There's John with me. He's Mr. Paul's son, and he's going to do the walk the talk thing today with me, and he's going to show his property to me today. And what are we waiting for? Let's go.
This is a 15-acre plantation. We have tea, pepper, cardamom, and it's all organic. We don't use pesticides.
So when is the time that you start plucking the tea leaves for processing?
So every 25 days we pluck it and give it to Tata. We also make green tea.
The tea from here goes to the factory, which is owned by Tatas, and so basically your Tata tea comes from here. So you keep plucking the leaves every 25 days.
Yeah, every 25 days.
And then they're processed.
We make orthodox tea here.
Now, what do you mean by orthodox?
The old tradition. Like we pluck this and we grind it out on our own. We oxidize it and we try it.
So you don't use any machinery. It's all hand.
Yeah, it's
thing.
all hand.
Right. So that's what you mean by traditional way of processing tea.
We also make organic green tea here.
Okay.
That's like a very long process, hand rolled one.
Okay, hand roll one. So that's long, and that is why that tea is expensive.
Yeah. For the green tea, we just pluck 2 leaves and 1 bud. So the tender leaves only we make for the green tea.
Okay.
It's
So
hard to pluck. Not the full thing.
Full grown.
Full grown. The full grown is taken for tea, like the normal tea.
Okay. The green tea, the original organic one, is expensive because it's all hand done and nothing in the machine. So the purity of the tea is maintained, and that's where you get the best quality. Adding to my knowledge of processing tea, good enough. So I'm standing beside a black pepper creeper here in the tea garden. So a lot of plantations are grown adjacent to each other. So this is from where your Kali Mirchi comes, huh?
And as soon as this tasty conversation ended, I was immediately on to the most fun part of my stay here. This swing in the middle of this tea estate surely gives you an adrenaline rush. And believe me, it is as good as any adventure ride.
We still haven't reached the Munnar town because we had to stop here. It's such a beautiful view out here. और कल हम आए थे तो काफ़ी बारिश थी and it was all foggy. The weather gods have been kind today. आज थोड़ा sunny है, थोड़ा windy है, a bit cloudy. बहुत अच्छा लगता है ऐसी जगहों पर आकर जहाँ बहुत ग्रीनरी है, मौसम बहुत अच्छा है. So this is a good escape from the scorching heat of the plains. And places like these make me realize that life is certainly better in the mountains, whether it is Himachal, Kashmir or any other hill station. So we stopped at the spice garden on our way to Munnar, and we're going to see the kind of spices that are grown here, and of course buy some when we come back.
अब घर के खाने में मसाले यूज करना और यहाँ उन्हीं स्पाइसेस को उनके एक्चुअल ओरिजिनल रूप में देखना. I mean, I didn't know this cocoa plant, the origin of the chocolate looked something like a vegetable. But indeed, it was a fun session here in the spice garden.
So they pull out the bark and it dries, and that's what you put it in the food to make it more flavorsome.
And then these absolutely gorgeous looking flowers. तो इनकी medicinal value के बारे में जानना was all the more interesting.
This is the long ka patta that I'm smelling, and it's very pungent. So that's the tree.
I surely had the time of my life in Kerala, from exploring the beaches to the mountains to waterfalls to the tea estates here in Munnar, and I have made up my mind to come back here very soon.